I'm Jolly Groen, correspondent from the Netherlands. I wanted to ask you about human rights reports. They say there's still a violation of human rights in Uganda and that there are thousands of people in prison without food. Would you comment on that?
Now, the violation of human rights, this is a departure from the Amnesty International report, because the Amnesty International report commends our government. It says it has performed well on the issue of human rights. Although our understanding of human rights is a bit deeper than the one of the Amnesty International, because Amnesty International confine themselves only to things like no arbitrary arrest, no torture in prison, that type of thing. But we think this is a bit limited, because, okay, suppose I'm not arrested arbitrarily, but I am starving, or I am sick. Now, am I a full human being? Am I enjoying my humanness? I think we ought to deepen this definition of human rights, not just confine it to rather superficial aspects, because I can live more miserably because of disease, because of ignorance, because of malnourishment, than even from torture and arrests and things like that. For instance, before we took power, we are losing 96,000 children every year from 6 preventable diseases that can be prevented by vaccination. These were whooping cough, measles, tetanus, polio, diphtheria. The other one is TB. These six immunizable diseases were killing 96,000 children of our people, our children every year before we took power. Okay, now assuming there was a government which was not putting people in prison, but failing to take action, and therefore causing the death of this number of children, how would you characterize it? So I think the Western concept of human rights needs to be deepened. It is simply measured for the Western countries. The Western countries have solved some of these basic problems. Like, for instance, their children, the death rate of children in Sweden, I think, is 7 children in every 1,000. I think that is the ratio. 7 children out of every 1,000 in Sweden die before the age of 1 or age of 5. But in Africa, in Uganda, for instance, the figure is 110 in every 1,000. In other countries, it is much worse, in some of the African countries. So now you wonder, when we only talk about freedom from arrest, and when you are put in prison, you should be given a bed and a mattress and a radio and all this, and you forget about 96,000 children every year. I don't know whether your sense of balance is correct. So I think that should also be clarified, because there is so much talk about human rights, but in this narrow sense. For us, we would like it in a deeper sense, in a more fundamental sense.